Money changes everything. We think we know what we're doing. We don't know what's next. It's all in the past now. Money changes everything.
Let me tell you something, Cleveland. This isn't just another football game. This is decades of pain, betrayal, and failure all boiling over into one final insult. Do you remember 1995? How could you forget? That was the year they ripped our team away, packed up our history, our pride, and everything we stood for, slapped a purple bird on their helmets, and called it Baltimore. They stole our heart and left us with this broken shell of a franchise. And what have we done since 1999? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Quarterbacks. Don't even get me started. Tim Couch, Charlie Fry, Johnny Manziel, names that don't belong in highlight reels but in horror stories. And now, here we are, finishing another miserable season with Bailey Zappi starting at quarterback. Bailey Zappi. If that doesn't scream, we've given up, I don't know what does. And just to twist the knife, Dorian Thompson-Robinson is next in line. A quarterback so bad, he makes Johnny Football look like Joe Montana. 0 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if his life depended on it. This isn't rebuilding, this is surrender. 3 wins, 13 losses, and now, tanking for a draft pick. Because that's what this organization does, they lose. They lose games. They lose players. They lose hope. And let's talk about today. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Baltimore Ravens? No. Let's call them what they are, the Cleveland Browns in a Halloween costume. Because that's our team over there. Those championships, they belong to Cleveland. That success, it should have been ours. But instead, we're left with this dumpster fire. Today, this team won't score points. This defense won't hold. And this franchise won't show an ounce of pride. That's why today's AI pick is under 41.5. Because this offense couldn't score in an empty stadium. Because this team has given up. And because this is what it's come to. Cleveland, I'm saying this for all of us. We're done. We are never watching the Browns again. Never. No more Sundays ruined. No more loyalty wasted. This is it. But who are we kidding? Of course, we'll be back. We're Cleveland fans. This is what we do. So, see you next year. Because we'll be here. And, God help us, so will they. Take the under, lock it in, and pray for a miracle in the draft. That's all we've got left.
Let me tell you a story about Cleveland, betrayal, and a man named Paul Brown. Back in 1963, Paul Brown wasn't just the coach of the Cleveland Browns. He was Cleveland football. He built the team from scratch, gave it his name, and turned it into a dynasty. 7 championships. 7. But then Art Model came along. Bought the team. And what did he do? He fired Paul Brown. Fired him. Kicked the greatest football mind of his time out of the house he built. But Paul Brown. He did sulk. No. Paul Brown did what legends do. He went down to Cincinnati and built a new house. The Bengals. And he didn't just make a team, made a statement. You can take Cleveland from me, he said, but you'll never take me from football. So, tonight, when the Bengals take the field in Pittsburgh, they're not just fighting for the playoffs, they're fighting for Paul Brown's legacy. And as Browns fans, we feel that. Because deep down, the Bengals aren't just another team in the AFC North. They're family. Look at those orange helmets. Squint your eyes a little, and what do you see? It's Cleveland out there. It's what we could have been. What we should have been. And tonight, they're playing the Steelers. Pittsburgh. The black and yellow thorn in our side for decades. The Steelers may be 10-6, but let's not pretend they're invincible. They're on a 3-game skid. Their offense is sputtering. Russell Wilson is looking more let's ride and less Super Bowl Russ. Meanwhile, the Bengals are red hot. 4 straight wins. Joe Burrow is playing like a man possessed for 1,600 yards, 42 touchdowns. Jamar Chase. 16 touchdowns, over 1,600 yards. This isn't a team, it's a highlight reel. But this game isn't just about stats. It's about heart. It's about history. The Bengals are playing for their lives. The Steelers, they're just trying to get through the night. That's why tonight's AI pick is Cincinnati Bengals 1.5, because tonight, the Bengals aren't just playing for Cincinnati. They're playing for Paul Brown. They're playing for Cleveland. So, for one night, Browns fans, let's do the unthinkable. Let's root for the Bengals. Because when you strip away the orange and black, the stripes in the helmets, what do you see? You see Cleveland. Take the Bengals. Lock it in. And let's ride this legacy into the playoffs.
Before we go, let's talk about what's next. Because let's be honest, this wasn't just a bad season for Browns fans. Jets fans, Raiders fans, Titans fans, Giants fans, Cowboys fans, Bears fans, Saints fans, Panthers fans, and yeah, even you, 49ers fans, you all felt it too. Some seasons, it's not about the playoffs. It's not about the Super Bowl. It's about getting through, watching your team lose week after week and still showing up, because that's what fans do. We endure, but then the draft comes. And everything changes. Suddenly, there's hope. A new quarterback, a generational receiver, a shutdown corner. The draft is where everything bad about this season fades into the background, replaced by one thing: possibility. Let's take a quick look at the top 10 and dream a little. First pick, New England Patriots. They're taking Travis Hunter, the unicorn from Colorado. Plays offense, plays defense, can probably kick field goals too if you let him. Patriots fans, you just got your spark back. Second pick, Tennessee Titans. They grab Shedeur Sanders, quarterback from Colorado. Titans fans, your long search for a franchise quarterback ends here. Third pick, Cleveland Browns. Cam Ward, quarterback, Miami. A gamble, maybe, but after this season, don't we deserve to roll the dice? Fourth pick, New York Giants. Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle from Texas. Protecting Daniel Jones, or whoever they throw out there next year, is priority one. Fifth pick, Jacksonville Jaguars. Will Johnson, cornerback, Michigan. This kid is a lockdown artist. Jags fans, your defense just leveled up. Sixth pick, Carolina Panthers. Abdul Carter, edge rusher, Penn State. Imagine this monster coming off the edge for your team. Opposing quarterbacks are already sweating. Seventh pick, New York Jets. Tetairoa McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. A big, physical target who's going to make Garrett Wilson look even better. Jets fans, it's time to dream again. Eighth pick, Las Vegas Raiders. Luther Burden III, wide receiver, Missouri. Explosive, dynamic, and exactly what this offense needs to stop being stuck in neutral. Ninth pick, Chicago Bears. Will Campbell, guard, LSU. Bears fans, your QB will finally have some time to throw. 10th pick, New Orleans Saints. Nick Skirton, edge rusher, Texas A&M. Big, fast, powerful, a future game wrecker in the making. And that's it. 10 picks. 10 new reasons for hope. Because here's the thing about football. No matter how bad the season is, no matter how many games you lose, the draft reminds us why we love this game. It's the promise of something better. It's believing that next year will be different. To every fan out there who stuck it out through the heartbreak, the blown leads, the bad calls, you're the real MVPs. The road to next season starts here. The draft is just the beginning. And as always, we'll be here, breaking it all down for you. So, see you at the draft. And you know what? See you next year too. Because we're fans. And fans don't quit. 4-0.